Hey everybody, I'm just getting everything ready. This is going to be Q&A, questions and answers. It's going to be what is your sticking point? I'm just going to get the link out right here. Bam. Just going to talk about what is holding you back. Let me just put the inside here. And I'm going to try to keep the masterminds a little bit shorter, so because I know a lot of guys are not going to want to sit on for 2 hours anymore. I'm trying to keep them maybe 20, 30 minutes and try to not just go on and have diary of the mouth and say everything over and over. Let me say Webby, link, Q&A. What is holding back? Bam. There you go. Post. And let me see. Griff will be on momentarily. Let me see if everything went good. Let me say Webby link. Paste. There you go. Let me see. Just putting everything in there. Photo. Let me see. Webinar link. Open. Click. Let me see. Is back. Click here. Webby. Paste. There you go. Bam. All right, let me see. All right, everybody. Just going to do the webinar. We're going to try to not have them as long and just saying things 10 different ways. You can ask me any questions that you want. I'm going to, let me put also the replay up there also right away. Video manager. Griff will be on here any minute. See, reload. Channel. Let me see. One thing, live streaming, video manager. Make your videos. And let me see. There we go.
Looks like you're there.
Yeah, I'm just getting everything ready and everything. Let's see, record.
Well, there's Dan. Hi, Dan.
Hi, Griff.
How the hell are you?
Good.
I sent your note over to the guys. They're on holidays. They're Christmas over there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So I just talked to one of them the other day for the first time since last week, since Friday. So I would gather on some of those posts, because of the way the scripts run, if there's a server hiccup in there somewhere, there's no way to recover it. So if you've got one that's stalled, like I think you said you had one from April, kill it, rerun it.
Well, right, but I had one that didn't run in April, and then I had one that last week that didn't run either. So it looks like it's not working for me at all.
It's try it later at night.
Okay.
But I'm serious. If there's 200 people in there and the server's choked, somebody's going to lose. So it's just the way it is. It shouldn't happen. I should be able to have 500 active connections in that server at any one given time.
Okay, I just didn't know if it was a bug or if it was a server issue or what it was.
It could be an internet issue too. I mean, it's one of those that there's really no way to pin it down. Some work and sometimes some of them don't. So
okay,
that's really it. It's not the software. It's usually just the circumstances around the time of day.
All right.
All right. Looks like, Dan, you're going to get some private coaching, which I do charge a lot for this. So you're going to get it basically. You're going to get help quite a bit. So any pitfalls, any mindsets that are holding you back, or what do you want to achieve? What are you trying? What's your goals?
Well, what I did this weekend is I scraped 10 local roofing companies, and I thought, well, I find it better to actually show them something. So what I did is I had a green screen of a roofing spokesperson. So I went out and grabbed an image of their business, put it on the green screen behind the spokesperson, and I sent it out to 10 roofing companies. And of the 10, I got 2 responses back. One just said that they forwarded it to their marketing manager. And then another one just said, oh, man, we really appreciate the work you did on this, but we're really not interested. And so, I'm probably going to contact the other 8 maybe tomorrow and just kind of follow up with them and see if they got it and see what they say about it.
Good for you. Here's the thing. Congratulations. Because, as you know, the first one was a little difficult to contact. Am I right? The second one was a little bit easier. Now you're like, this ain't no big deal.
Well, I kind of cheated. I didn't really contact them up front. What I did is I Facebook messaged them with the link to the video.
That's okay.
That works.
Contact's a contact. Here's the thing. Straight up. Keller Williams is a big realtor state thing. And they noticed that I had a house in Craigslist. They text messaged me. A contact's a contact. You know what? I listed with them today. That's how fast things work. I don't care how you contact them, but you know what? It starts off with contact. It could be like a text, it could be you get their phone number, and say, hey, you know what? I noticed that your listing's bam, and it really doesn't, whatever helps to pull the trigger. You might fall into something where it might be the best way for you is you can contact a lot more people through Facebook than maybe calling, where they won't pick up as easy.
Well, and the other thing too is when you're scraping for people like that, you're going to get all levels of companies. You're going to get the larger companies that aren't going to be, and they're going to have a marketing manager, and no, they're probably not going to be interested yet. You're going to find the guys that are extremely busy, like our guys here in this state right now. They're so freaking busy they don't have time to return phone calls, including mine, for my roof. So, I mean, I kind of sympathize with those guys a little bit.
Here's how you get more people on there, and this is what I would do.
The guys that you want are the little guys that are trying to be the big guys, and don't hammer them for a big amount of money. Keep it short, keep it sweet, and tie it to a phone number and charge them for the leads. That's the easiest way.
Really is.
Get on Twilio and get an account, get a phone number, and have those calls right to you. You forward them to them and say, what are these leads worth to you every month? I'll provide the work. I'll provide the leads. What are you willing to pay for them? And the average roofing job's around $6,000. So, can they use an extra one a month? You bet they can.
It's not that, but that's cheap also, $6,000 a month. I mean, let's put it this way. If you're looking at tile roofs, maybe 3 times that.
Well, yeah, but here it's all
metal roofs. Okay, yeah, but still, it's like you have a huge payday on that. And I'm going to tell you, the lead thing is really a smart way to go, what Griff mentioned, because you can generate leads. You can get rich in this business. Everybody wants leads. Some people pay big money for leads. It depends on what the job's going to be. Let's say it's a $6,000 job. what's that worth to them? Might be $100 a lead. You know, that's really, it's big time, really, maybe more. I don't know. But I'm just telling you, some people are, it's just.
And they're good leads because they're calling the phone number. It's not like they're not looking. These are, you know, those are good leads. So getting into the lead generation business can be a pain in the ass. But if you're doing a specific market, then it's a piece of cake.
And here's the other thing with your website. I'm not sure if these were your websites where you're thinking about flipping. You get some backlinks to it. You get it ranked, man. And then you show a report about where that thing is, man, with the backlinks and this and all the works that's done. And then they say, hey, you want to purchase this website? You got something of value. Even if you put it on Flippa, if you can get it ranked up on top, and then you get some backlinks, get some YouTube videos, some whatever, you know what I'm saying, social signal, just push it hard. You can sell it for quite a bit of money, even on what is it, Google or something, or I can't remember anything. You know, where that they actually do the auctions.
I sold a software business on Flippa.
My brother sold a domain. Didn't even have a website attached to it for $1,300.
Yeah, I sold mine for $52,000.
Wow.
It's the commission that kills you because they get 10%.
But if you want to go domain flipping, that's a good way to do. What I did was, I'm giving you the keys to the kingdom. Whoever's here is going to learn a lot. I made a lot of money doing this. Now you look at the names that are going to be expiring. I forgot what it was called, Compass something. It tells you the domains that are expiring. It tells you what they're going for, what the auction, where they're being auctioned at, and you find, for example, Ken, he found a domain from a real estate company the other day. And this is basically, I forgot what it is, for Myrtle Beach or anything, and people need it. Register Compass, you're totally right. And they need this name because it's hitched to their website. Ken picked that up. I forgot what it is, but it's almost at, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figures. Because a few different real estate firms are actually bidding at it because it's a keyword term also. It's easy to rank. So if you can actually find folks out there like construction companies, could be roofing companies, folks that they're losing their names, that can be some real quick money that you can catch up. And it's not that you're the only one doing it, but there's not a lot of people that are doing it. And the people that are doing it, a lot of them are from India. So their communication skills are not as good as yours. So you can do a lot of negotiation. You can hold it even. You can even redirect it to a different, like a lead gen site. And then you can actually collect the leads and sell to his competitors if he doesn't go for your bid. And it's real easy to do that. And just like Dave mentioned, Register Compass actually is the website. It's a monthly term, but it will pay for itself many times over. And you can find, and when I was using it, because I was much bigger until I started working with Rip on it, really, I was very big with Register Compass, because on Register Compass, if I remember, you can actually find the page rank. I think you can actually find the backlinks. I'm like, oh my gosh, I made so much money on that. It was freaking crazy. And and all you have to do is email the people, say, I got your name, you know, say, you want it back? It's going to cost you. Because see, here's the thing, folks don't understand. Most people are hiring you guys. You guys don't have time to pay attention to their domains. So what happens is that you sometimes purchase it for them and you let it expire. Or you don't want to renew all these names because it might be $4,000 or $5,000. So, geez, I'm just going to use these guys and and all of a sudden you let it go. I picked up a Halloween store. It was Halloween Greenville, I think it was. I forgot what it was. I sold that sucker for $7,000. I made that money in 7 days. Because they need that big, because it's one of those big Halloween stores, you know, those companies that actually, you know, that have it every year. They take those big spots. Well, they were using that for the state of South Carolina. So, and then I was redirecting. I think AdSense or some bullshit stuff like that. But that's a big business. And that's something you don't even have to hardly approach anybody. You don't even have to talk to anybody. I mean, that right alone could probably, you probably could do anywhere from 10,000 hours a month and up if you do it right. On a low term, if you just do this basically not even knowing what you're doing, If you can't make a couple $1,000s a month doing that, there's something wrong. So, you know, I mean, any questions on that? That's a huge business. I made a lot. I've done very well with that. That was one of my business things. I don't do it anymore. I should, but it doesn't take a lot of time, does it? I mean, Griff, I mean, you had a lot of success doing that.
Yeah, it just doesn't take a lot of time. You just can't be doing 15 things at the same time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I can't. That's. I mean,
honestly, there's a virtual fortune to be made on the internet, and the only problem with any of that is time.
mm-hmm.
And unless you stay focused, I mean, I'm in the middle of a quandary right now. I can't stay focused to save my life, and I've got the new software coming out. I've got my own product I'm working on that I'm trying to get that fleshed out, produced, and the income levels have to be there. So, you know, I drop off promoting because I hate promoting, but if something hot comes out, I will.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, you're juggling. You're always doing this all day long, and that's what put me in the hospital, was doing that all day long. So it's a matter of, you know, I got to slow my ass down. I got to pick my target carefully, and that's what I got to focus on. Otherwise, I'm screwed.
It's true. It's true. I'm focusing on my what I'm doing right now, the private thing I'm doing, and Griff's thing. That's it. The launch. I don't do nothing else. I sold out of my rentals. I have all them up for sale. I'm getting out of it. I believe that there's a lot of money for Griff and I to make. We just got to fine tune what we got with our webinars and all of that. And then the other thing that I have going on too, there's a lot. But if you can focus on 1 to 2 things, you can do much better. You focus on more than that, even more than one thing, it's pretty rough and it's pretty difficult, really, to be honest. I don't do too much more offline because I'm kind of pushing that business away. What I'm doing is I'm concentrating on somewhat one big client. If you can find one big client, you can do extremely well, because that guy's going to pay you $5,000 or $10,000 every month.
Finding the big guy is luck of the draw. They're out there. If you pursue it, you will find them. You're not going to find them every day, because they're rare. They're extremely rare, and you better have a hell of a product and a hell of a sales letter. You
better know how to deliver on what you promise. Yeah. Griff's product at agency, man, that's kick ass. And the whole thing was, everybody remembers when we were talking about that GIF. I found that GIF within probably about next 5 minutes, and within about 2 minutes, I had one made. And I'm not the biggest techie guy out there. Griff will tell you every time, for me to actually do that quick, it's crazy, man. That stuff is freaking easy, and I've made money on it.
And nobody
by using a GIF.
And nobody uses the video tool. I mean, the video tool is absolutely killer.
Mm-hmm. Because that's going to help you keep your offline clients, or that's going to help you with your website, getting a lot of backlinks to it. Then you can say, hey, you know what? Here's a report of all the backlinks and all the work that's been done on it.
Yeah, it's the video tool, the video composer tool is an awesome piece of software.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly it. But here's the thing: we've given you quite a bit of different revenue streams where you can make. You have the flipping the domains, freaking easy. I think it was, I forgot what, my brain is totally fried because I just came out of negotiations for something huge. You wouldn't even believe me if I told you. That's why I don't go into it. But domaining and where does that domain flipping? Where you actually purchase the domains? You know what I'm talking about.
Well, you can buy domains anywhere. You can get them in Namecheap or GoDaddy.
No, I'm not talking about the name. Where the auctions are. I forgot.
The only one I've ever used is Flippa. I mean, they've got
Flippa's good too. Flippa's good. There's a couple other ones. You pick up the domain and then just start flipping it. If you can buy a domain for $5, $10, which is what I usually purchase them for, I'm talking about expired ones. You can flip them for $100 or $200 on average. You're making good money. And all you're doing is you're purchasing it. It takes you maybe a few minutes, and you put it up. You just all it is takes your time to actually respond to people. Say, hey, that's not good enough. And I like going after people's domains that are associated with their business.
I get 3 or 4 emails a day on somebody trying to sell me a domain.
The second way to make money is your offline marketing with the offline clients. It's freaking easy. It's all it is contacting them.
You
Why
see
is
that
it
link
easy?
I just dropped in there?
What's that?
I dropped a link in the chat.
Let me see.
Now that you're talking about offline marketing.
Yep.
I get that 3D. I get an email from them about once a week, and this one caught my eye because it's something that they're going to play with. They're going to give it to their kids. They're going to give it to their grandkids. It's a toy. It's a stretchy $100 bill. Well, it's gimmicky, okay? But you know what? Gimmicky is what it binds you to the prospect. Because it's fun. He knows he knows right off the bat you have a sense of humor. And you took the time to actually send him something of value. I mean, I talked about it with the $5 bill or a $10 bill. This is actually more fun. I'm going to order a pack of them myself because I do that on a regular basis. So you never know when it's going to pay off. You never know when you're going to get that phone call. And you do get them.
True. But see, the reason that's a great business is because most people don't have the nerve, the guts, or want to contact people. But if you have no problem contacting them, there's no competition. It really is wide open. You can make some friends. If you had balls of steel, it's not even balls of steel, right? Just freaking do it. You cannot not but make 6 figures in this business by doing that. Because I would say 1 out of 50 people are going to do it. And that's to be honest.
1 out of 100.
1 out of 100 sounds even better or anything, because the reason the 1 out of 100 is doing it because he has to do it and he's losing his house.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, everybody's trying to get rich on the internet. Well, I mean, that's great because you can get rich on the internet. It takes a lot of work. People don't like to work.
Less work to actually do the domain thing. Less work to do the offline clients. It really isn't that much work. It's basically call them up, set the appointment, or message them on Facebook, set the appointment. Can I show you something? Not gonna, no obligation. Plus, I need an AC unit anyway. My freaking one just went down. FB ads is fine too. But you just say, hey, just pretend that you need his services. They all know that you really don't. They really you don't. I'd like a realtor. A guy calls me today or leaves a message, and he doesn't even know that I already got listed or whatever. But he says, Jim, I see you have a property on Craigslist. I go, yeah. I knew it was a realtor. He says, you got any offers or whatever. I said, you're a realtor, aren't you? He said, yep. I said, no problem, because I know what he's saying. Can I go see the house today? I go, yeah. Went over there, got the listing. And that's how it works, really. I mean, people really do know what you're really looking to do. I mean, you're not fooling anybody. All you're doing is you're doing the dance. You're doing playing the game. And then when you, let's say, for example, it could be like landscaping. I don't care what it is. You want to go in there and say somewhat you're interested in purchasing it. I mean, it's not lying, it's nothing, but they really know that what you're up to. And it's either after you tell them, say, hey, you know what, that's good. Let me think about it or anything. But let me also mention that I do this. I noticed that your website's here or there. They're going to appreciate your initiative. Some may not. That's okay, but enough will. And you know what? You're going to close enough deals because of your initiative and actually planning and preparing everything ahead of time. If you rank the videos, rank a video quick in this niche, it could be landscaping in Raleigh or whatever, or Atlanta, Georgia. Doesn't matter where it is. Show them the papers, bam, bam, bam. They said, you want it? Yes or no? And it's either yes or no. It's not personal. It's only business. And you'd be surprised. A lot of people say, you know what? I was needing somebody. I was looking for somebody to do that. And they go really say, what is your service? Well, let me tell you something. First one's free. Really? First one's free. I said, after that, if you like what I'm doing or anything, no obligation. I said, we're going to be friends at the end. But I said, if you like what I'm doing, if I'm able to get you 5 extra customers and you're a roofer, would it be worth $297 a month? But let's say, for example, the first month I get you 5 customers. Would that be pretty cool? I'll grab that every day of the week. But you got to go in there believing in yourself too. You can't be like low confidence, low energy. You got to go in there like, hey, you know what? I'm the shit. I know what I'm doing. Because you really are. You really know much more than what they do. And you got the tools to actually deliver it. I mean, that's really, and then here's the other way to make money. Affiliate marketing. It's okay, but you need a list. It's a lot more work and it's a lot more competitive. The first two I told you is much easier to actually make money. Affiliate marketing, you know what? It's not as easy. That's all I can tell. Because the people from India, Pakistan, and other countries, and I'm friends with all these dudes. I know all these and everything, but they don't know what they're doing. They're sharing the list. They're it's all bullshit. They're spamming and everything. So affiliate marketing is almost dead. That's why a lot of folks out there are not relaunching products anymore because it's a pain in the ass and they're not making the money that they used to. Griff and I still do reasonably well because we have a popularity, we have honesty, and people know us. But that's dying off quick. You can still make 6 figures doing it. Okay, I'm just being straight off, but you got to be a little bit more thinking outside the box. Now, the last one is product creation. I'd rather see you stick with the first two. Product creation, you're getting inside the rodeo with a lot of these guys that are pros. Even if you're a pro, it's a pain in the ass. If I was going to actually pick 2 ways to make money, my number 1 way would be the domain flipping. Hands down. Very simple to do. People are in a button to sell them maybe $300-400 real quick, once, twice a week. You make some serious cash. It's not a lot of outlay money for a lot of these businesses. Plus, it's a write-off. My dad, before I held him back and told him to stop this shit, and I told him stop this shit, he was spending $10,000 a month on either websites or domains, and both. Because he's basically was a senior, he was a senior citizen. I think I forgot how old he was or anything, 73, 74 years old. He's bored and they have tons of money. They don't know what to do with it. And when they get on Flippa, the excitement is there because they're all trying to grab that. I don't know if you ever been on eBay or tried to actually win an auction. It's a serious drug. It's like crack on steroids. So and then the second one, if I didn't have the domain flipping, I would go to the offline. The domain flipping is like if you want to just basically just do it low key, it's a good way to go, and it's a no brainer. And there's really no competition in that field. But offline marketing is the second way. If you concentrate on those things, you can do very well on the internet. I mean, what do you think, Griff? I mean, am I close to that or what?
Yeah, I'm just typing to Michael. Yeah. I just threw another link in there. Some free piece of software for you guys. I don't have one. I'm not going to build one. It's a pain in the ass. Mm-hmm. This was a free bonus they were giving away to a content creator that was released. No, I got promotion started on last week, but it got lost in high weeds because I'm lost in high weeds, so I didn't promote it. It's free. Grab it. Use it. It's a content creator. It's a spin text tool. Frank Thomas wrote it. So
he's a great coder, so it works.
Great piece of software, it works. So it's a freebie for me.
Definitely. Those 2 avenues, if you really want to make $2,500 to $5,000 a month, the lazy man's way, you possibly can do that with the domain flipping. It's going to be a full-time business, but you can make some serious cash doing that. The reason, like I said before, I almost should call it domain hijacking because you're basically taking other people's domains that actually they failed to renew for their websites, and they need that for their business. If you take one of his websites and basically put one of Griff's graphics on it, I bet you he's going to actually throw that money to you even quicker. With Maggie.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, I wasn't really getting into domain flipping on purpose. I had a program from Joe Troyer, making websites for niche markets, and then, like you said, ranking them up to the top of Google, and then selling the leads back to the businesses. But as I got more into the program, I found out that it was going to cost me almost $500 a month from him for all the different services that I needed to purchase to rank these websites. So I kind of went, I don't want to do that.
You don't need to do that.
You don't want to do that.
He's making, you're his offline client.
Right. Yep. Exactly.
You got to find more guys like you to pay you like he is doing.
That's what Joe Troyer does. He wants guys just like you. That's what he wants.
You got to see what you do is this is what you guys have to understand, Dan and Dave. What other people are doing is showing you how to do the business. And that's really it. If this guy's doing it, you create what he's doing. Okay, you can't create what Griff and I are doing because this is not basically, Griff is going to be honest and I'm going to be honest, we don't make no money on this, doing this really. We make money on our outside sources that you'll never know what our real business is. Am I right, Griff?
I make more money outside than I do inside.
That's exactly, we don't even partly break even.
Well, I'll tell you
this we like what we do.
I like, here's where I make money. I've got some offline stuff. I've even shown you guys some of my offline stuff. I do a little bit of affiliate marketing, and that's my play money. I have $1,000 a month server bill. It's for 3 servers that I pay for out of my pocket. My partners don't pay for that. I pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
And if I make $3 grand in recurring income from all the shit that I've got out there just for the recurring money, that means I'm only making $2 grand a month on the internet. So I'm looking to take that to 100,000 billing, and that's my focus right now. Is to get my recurring level up so that it's sustainable for me. On the last launch, when I launched the last product, I lost $1.50 per sale. It cost me, after I paid the affiliates and the fees and everybody else, I paid out of my pocket $1.50. I did not make a nickel. I lost $1.50 per sale.
Sure.
And that's the name of the game. I mean, it helps build the list, but there weren't that many. I mean, the damn thing never got promoted, so that's their loss, and it's definitely not my gain. So it's a crap.
But see, it's not a waste either, guys. And this is something else, a learning lesson. No, even like, for example, the webinar. I was going to talk to Griff, but I'll talk to right in front of you guys. I don't give a crap. Is that the webinar? Because see, there was a little mix-up because people didn't know what time the webinar started. Okay, because you're on Central Time, Eastern Time, or anything. You just repackage it. Nobody didn't see it or actually see the last launch. You post it again, but you rename it. And that's how fast. Do not give up anything. Don't throw it away. It's repurposed. Everything is repurposed. Remember that. It's nothing's wasted. Like, for example, this launch that we did, we rename it, put something stupid in the back end or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. You know how I talk. At least you see the real James. I don't bullshit around. And there's, because the thing is good. It's a great product. It freaking works.
Well, yeah, it is a great product, and it will be repurposed, and it will be.
And all we do is we call it, instead of Video Matrix, we call it Video Crusher. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. But the thing is that that product was so good, it should be on a monthly. Yeah. But see, the whole thing is that this is where we need to take this, and I know where we need to take this, is create his thing and go after the niche that I'm in. See, the niche I'm in, and a lot of these folks they're making $40 million, $100 million a year. See, right now I told Griff, and this is a learning thing, so that you guys go after wealthier people for your stuff. If you want to make pennies, you sell to poor people. You want to get rich, you sell to rich people. Does that make sense?
Exactly right.
If you want to be a contractor and you want to be basically get rich, you build $1 million homes for the millionaires, like Donald Trump's and people like that. You want to get poor, you build for the halfway houses. That's really how it is. You know what? It's not bad for doing that. Okay, building a halfway house. Or doing things for the poor or the needy or the charitable. Trust me, I do it all the time. I don't go out and build it, but I donate it. Okay, I tithe, you might call it, or anything. But I don't just give it to. I know the foundations that I'm giving it to.
It's the same analogy. Find the guys that are hungry. You find the guys that are hungry. Yeah, they're not going to be big payers, but they're hungry. You know, they are going to pay something. And you only need a few of those somethings to become a bigger something.
Mm-hmm. Like, for example, a famous bank robber, and you guys don't know him, but you'll understand this. It's not Jesse James, but similar to Jesse James. Let's say Jesse James. Say, why did you rob banks? Came back and said, that's where the money is. And it's that simple. You got to find, that's why when I mentioned the domain flipping, I did that. I don't have time to do as much, but my brother does. It makes a ton of good living on that. But the thing about it is that you go after the guys that have the big websites. I picked up a name. I don't even tell you half the money I've made doing domain flipping. I picked it up one that actually it was the domain for a $50 million company. Okay, got paid very well with that. Okay, first of all, I think I sold for 10 grand or something like that. But I was going to try to get him for a lot more money, but he was going to sick lawyers after me. So I figured I might as well sell him the $10,000, and then he's going to figure instead of sicking the $10,000 fee, he might as well just get it and be cheaper to buy it off me. But that's the other thing. You got to watch out. It's better to take cut. Don't get greedy. Make your money, move on. Because if it's a big company such as Wells Fargo, I took banks. I bought banks even. I'm just not bullshitting you. And trademarks, a bunch of shit like that. Don't try to gut them, okay, like a fish, because they can outspend you on lawyers. And they may make an example out of you. Okay, you want me to tell you where one went wrong? You interested? Yep. I'm gonna use the word. I try to fuck with somebody with that have probably $150, $200 million. When the fucker got done with me, I paid out $30,000 out of my pocket. I learned my fucking lesson. Right. Take your money and fucking run. If it's $3,000, $5,000, that's a God's honest truth. $30,000 I lost cash because I tried to fuck him over, try to hijack him, try to shake his ass down. You know what I'm saying? So don't try to go for the $100,000. If you can make $1,000 real quick, do it, because otherwise they can sick lawyers and get it the other way, and you're gonna wish that you didn't go after them that way. Oh yeah. And that's something, that's a learning thing. And Griff learned something big time too, right, Griff? Don't think it'll shake them down. They can sick their lawyers on you. They can outspend you, and they will make an example out of you.
I've gotten letters from lawyers, so that's, you step too close. I mean, you got a gray area there, and it's a crapshoot. You step over that gray line, it's better watch your ass, because if somebody else is watching, you're done. But if you can get away with it, well,
you got to know how far you can take it, and don't go to the edge, because you'll fall off. I just saved your asses a lot of money and saved a lot of trouble, because everybody, you see something, a big company, I forgot what it was. It was a financial company, a huge financial company. I can't remember. It's like Andrews or something like that. I forgot what the freaking name is or anything. And I thought I was going to get $100,000 or $50,000. I should have took. They offered me like, I think $14,000, $15,000. I should have freaking took it. But I thought I could do. But I didn't. I didn't realize that lawyer would get me. But that can happen. So take your small chunks of money and this run. That's the best thing I can tell you. Don't get greedy, because it can get your ass in trouble. Yep. So that's a learning thing right there. That's worth the admission for today 10 times over, really. Any questions on that? Because that's a huge nugget I just gave.
I just have a question. I just have a question about the offline videos. Say these videos that I'm trying to sell to roofers. What do you consider a decent price to sell those videos for?
What's the niche? Oh, there's roofers. Here's the thing.
For lead gen or for ranking?
No, I was just gonna sell them out the video outright. They can have the video to put on their website or social media. It wasn't for lead gen.
If it's a cheap video, $250. If it's a good video, $500.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna say $297.
If you're using videos and you're doing a nice intro and you're doing something fancy with the logo and you got some decent roofer footage, those are whatever the market can bear. 500, 1,000. What I like to do is I like to package them up, and then I always tell them I'll do the first one for free as long as I get 3, and the other 2 I charge $500 a piece for. But I package it up and I'll give it to you for $750. You get 3 videos ranked. That's the way I do it.
And my biggest time, what I was doing was I was actually going where the roofers were actually had jobs, and I was videotaping them from there, and I would resell them from there. Because when you actually see their own team actually working there or anything, it's a big high for them. They will try to renegotiate with you. That's why you go a little bit higher, not too high, but they'll just pretend you're getting beat up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But you'll still make money.
Here,
so this is for example, $395. They said, "Well, I'm just going to pay $200."
This is a real world roofing example. Okay. Last, was it Friday? Thursday. Friday. My tree guys were out here, and we had 2 trees taken down because the storm split the trunk of the one. The guy's not interested in marketing because he's fairly big, has a strong business. He has more business. He knows what to do with. But I filmed the whole process. So I've got footage in the crane. I got footage of the stuff coming down. I got footage of everything. All right. Now what am I going to do? And I got pictures of his logos and all this shit. And I'm going to do a video for him. And I'm going to rank it as a thank you. And initially, the phone number will go to him. Well, after a period of time, I'm going to swap that phone number out with a Twilio number. And then I'm going to go back to him and say, you know how well this video did for you? I said, now I got to charge for it because it's costing me money. What's it worth to you? Now he's going to pay me. So I'm going to come at him from the ass end instead of from the front end because he wasn't interested from the front end. So, but I can sell that footage because I got nobody's faces in it. So I've got more footage of trees and tree trimmers working than I know what to do with at the moment. And as soon as they do, the roofer that got my house got the 2 houses next door and the house across the street. So I'm going to have more roofing footage than I know what to do with also. So, and I'm probably not going to sell that footage. So if you're still fiddling around with that roofing market, Dan, I'll give you some of the shit I get when I get it done.
Here's another thing. You guys don't even realize the opportunities you have. I could have had my own construction company and cement company. You know how? I was going to tell them I was going to capture the leads or anything. You know what happened? The guy that was doing the concrete, you probably saw the one where I did the garage. He called his buddy. He says, this great guy's a great talker. He's a great salesman. He can get us leads and this and this. Can we actually give him 50% of business? Anything we do 50-50. I was getting 50% of my own construction company, concrete, doing driveways. And all I had to do is generate leads and basically do the negotiations for the prices or anything. That's how easy this business is. This business, you can own half a construction company. You can own half of a driveway concrete company. This is not brain surgery, really. I mean, it's so freaking easy. It's unbelievable. Even if you tell him, like, for example, he wasn't a good talker. He was more of a hard worker, just a hard worker, a blue collar worker. But he wasn't good at really getting the top prices for his products or for his jobs. And I tell him, like, for example, I think for the driveway, I got him $300 for the day because I negotiated. You know that, Griff? Am I right? That would have cost me a lot more for that driveway, for that labor. It was $300 a day.
Yeah.
What could I have gotten for that job for that day?
Day labor on a decent driveway job. Labor is right under $1,000 for a crew of 4 guys, and if the owner's and with the owner, that's 5. So it usually takes 4 or 5 guys to do a driveway, and then it's the cost of the mix. So. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I told him that it was basically whatever it was for the cost of the product, but Griff's more right than me because he has more knowledge and experience than I do. I told him, I said, whatever you pay for the concrete, I think it was $1,400, I can get that in the job thing. And he literally says, we need you. He says, we need you. He says, if you can just get us leads, which I was good at, you guys, the same stuff that you don't know. I don't know. I'm not teaching anything that I don't use myself. And I'm a talker. They're not. They're basically guys. They're just construction guys. They're just blue collar workers. They're not meant to really go in there, pick up a freaking and say, hey, I got a lead. Let me go across the street. Let me go talk to them and let's negotiate what this driveway is going to be. I mean, it's not hard work, but because I was willing to do that, they offered me half of their business.
Most contractors are not salesmen, don't want to be salesmen. They're usually too busy to friggin' worry about it. And if they have a salesman, they usually hate him. So if you can perform a service and actually provide pricing that's spot on and be able to negotiate a deal from leads you generate and pass those to him and get paid, then that's a better deal. And you become an outside sales contractor, and you can be paid very well for doing that.
Here's it even easier. You don't even have to generate the leads. This guy was going to give me whatever I wanted, basically.
30%.
All I had to do is that any lead or anybody that called him up, he didn't feel comfortable, squeeze hardly the negotiations like I would have. Because if he got 300, I would have got 12 or 13 or 1,400 for the jobs, and more in a little bit more affluent areas. And I told him, I said, let me ask you a question. If you're getting maybe 300 and I can get you 600, can I keep the rest? For maybe 15, 20 minutes of talking? I would be putting $600 in my pocket every 20, 30 minutes. No bullshit. And tell me I won't do it. I close that every time. I've closed $5,000 deals in 5 minutes. And who's the guy I was working with? He'll tell you because he was on the call with me. Chris Hughes or something like that. Because he was shocked about how I could do it. It's not hard. It's just talking. I'm telling you, guys should be doing this. These guys are doing the contractors. You're providing a service. They don't want, you can take his phone calls for him. You can go over there, you can just basically squeeze and then get the jobs for him for a lot higher ticket price than him. Say, look, you're getting $300 for the job. If I can double your money and I get the excess, are you good with that? And if I can close the job, they'll do it every day of the week because they're not negotiators. They don't like talking. They feel uncomfortable doing it, and they feel uncomfortable asking for a lot more money than they're worth. And that's a $100,000 business. That's an easy business. You can make $500, $600 in less than 30 minutes. And all you do is you're walking them out there, say, hey, look, you know what, this is what we could do. Bam, you into it? Yeah, it's so quick. It's so freaking easy. It's unbelievable. And tell me who can, I mean, you're making lawyer money. You're making $500, $600 in 30 minutes. Tell me what's easier than that. And it's talking. And that's what I would be doing. If I was looking to make $5,000 a month, I would probably just talk with people that basically just they can't sell themselves. There's a lot of them out there. Almost any contractor. You look at these Spanish dudes. They're doing this on the driveway business. They don't feel comfortable talking. Contact them. Anybody that's weak with talking, especially nationalities, target them. I have, and I was doing that for a while. I don't do it anymore because I'm way too busy with this other operation. But I'm just be honest. Black gentlemen, they feel uncomfortable talking to wealthier people, but they do a great job. Especially Mexican people, they do a great job. Hardest workers ever. But they rather have an intermediary like you to negotiate those jobs. And I'm gonna tell you, if you don't do it, it's shame on you because it's easy way to make $1,000 a day possibly. Because their phones are ringing off the hook. They just don't have the guts to actually ask for the extra money. And bless their hearts because I wouldn't have made a lot of money in the past doing that. I mean, that's another way to making money. So I basically gave you 4 or 5 ways. Any questions, really? I mean, this stuff I'm telling you works. It really does. You can create a whole business doing this. All you need to do is work 1 or 2 people in different things and just basically say, hey, look, let me do your negotiations for you. When they call, let me pick up that phone and let me squeeze a little bit more money out of it. I'll double your rate. Just give me the excess. If you don't do it, I mean, I understand maybe you're not comfortable being on the phone. Maybe I don't know, but it's easy money. It is. You're not going to get calluses on your hands. You may drink a lot of water because your mouth's dry. I make most of my money is from the phone, and that's being honest. I made today, probably 7 minutes, and this is God's honest truth, $600 in my pocket. 7 minutes, $600 in my pocket, because I just basically asked for it. This was I was brought in to negotiate for a lease. The lease was going for $3,000 a month. Okay, and I told him, I said, if I can get down to where you want, to $2,400, can I get the $600? And I'll get you 4 months of free build out. Amazing. Griff, is that amazing negotiator?
Oh yeah.
Damn right it is.
Definitely.
You know what? I said, yeah.
But that's having fun. I mean, it's having a talent to bullshit and having fun. And we can both do it. And not everybody can do it. But it's a talent that can be nurtured. You know, I'm not as hyper as you are, and I don't go as crazy as you do. But I have my own silent hammer, and there isn't much that I can't close if I know what the hell I'm talking about.
True. You got to know what you're talking about. That's the other thing. If you don't know, you got to know a little bit about the concrete industry. There's not much. I don't know nothing really about concrete, but I know enough to actually sell it. I can say, hey, look, everybody else is going to charge you maybe $3,000 for this driveway. I can get it done for $2,000. Are you interested? I can, and that's totally true. You know, I mean, let's put it this way. In my area, it would have cost me almost $4,000 to do that driveway with the product itself, the cement and the labor. Would have cost me $4,000 for my driveway, just a long driveway. And that's just, I mean, what am I paying? Shit, probably $1,700, $1,800. But it's not only that you can use this for other people, but you can also use yourself. But if you have questions, here's the thing: how this is going to usually work with this mastermind, you got to ask questions. Where's your weakness? Where's your pain at? What's stopping you? That's the way that I can best help you. Because everything I told you will put 6 figures in your pocket almost, and then some. Some of it, I understand that you don't want to do it. That's the best way I can say it. The second thing is sometimes fear. And the third thing is that I'll do it tomorrow. But all you got to do is do what Dan did. Okay, Dan, I commend you. I don't care if you talk to him. I don't care if you emailed. I don't care if you Facebook private. By you contacting a few of them,
well, you know, Dan is serious about what he's doing. I mean, that's the big thing. Dave is serious about what he's doing. The 2 guys that are on this call are the 2 guys out of the 12 that actually have got a clue about what this is all about and are doing something to actually increase their income. It just astounds me as people are so friggin' lazy.
It's not that. The money's there. Let me tell you. Everything I told you, and especially some, you can have salespeople doing that. You can create $1 million business. You don't even realize it. If I was younger and I needed the money and was hungrier, the negotiating sales thing, I can have teams of people already doing that and basically scouting the whole United States, and I can make a multi-million-dollar business out of that. But right now, I'm like the third Rocky. I don't have the eye of the tiger hardly anymore. Where I do have the eye of the tiger is I like being #1 on the leaderboards, especially with launches. But I can't help it if some people basically want to, they're dickheads. And I'll be honest. And Griff understands basically that, you know. If somebody says something that, for example, let's say a Mr. X, and he says that, well, it's because of your 3 buns or whatever, and they didn't say something ahead of time, we cannot manage if we don't know what it is. That's the problem that somebody has. The same thing on your side. If you tell us really where your problems are, where your hiccups are, I can hopefully fix that, because I was right where you were. And that's really the truth. I can tell you a lot of real life stories and a lot of life situations I made, but I'd rather help every person individually and just say, what are you doing? What's your goal? What do you want to make? And what's stopping you from making that? And that's what I would like for you to figure out for the next time we do a webinar. I want you to go on a piece of paper and say, I want to make $10,000 a month. It could happen. It could happen very easily. Okay. Or I want to make $5,000 a month. That's okay too. But I want to make it maybe with selling websites, or I want to sell YouTube videos. Let's find out next Wednesday exactly what you want to do. That way, and then message us on the $100,000 mastermind what you want to do, so I can think about it the day before, so I can come up with a plan of how I would execute this to make it a huge six-figure business. If that makes sense.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, I'm good at doing. I'm good at making money. I'm good at figuring things out. I know where to connect the dots, because I don't think like a normal person, because I'm not normal. I'm very hyper. I have a lot of energy, but I love winning. I don't lose, because it's an obsession with me. And I like to see everybody here have that obsession where they don't want to lose. It's like, for example, if somebody says no to you, I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? This is the best thing since sliced bread. What are you going to do if you don't do this? I mean, if I sell this website to somebody else and they start ranking on it, and let's say they take 3 leads away from that, what you possibly you would have had, would that kind of be like painful to you? And I said, how much is a lead worth to you if they actually close on you with you? You'll say $600. If I send you 3 leads from this website, you're going to lose a lot more than maybe $100 a month or $200 a month. But you got to be able to, you got to work, and that's why you got to be talking to as many people as possible, so you get your communication skills up there, because it's all communication. Once you become good at talking the way I am, let me tell you, I wasn't like built to wind me up and I kind of start spitting stuff out. I used to wind me up. I wasn't a great spit stuff out, but it's because I do it so much. I go on so many sales calls, it's unbelievable. That's what I do. If somebody, for example, the thing I talk to, like, for example, this offline thing and this adventure I'm on, no bullshit, I talk to probably 12 customers a day. Now it's like, and I'm the first person that's like, give me a phone, I'll talk to them, because I know I'm going to close it. But these are like $35,000 deals. You got to be hungry. If you want to get to the level where I'm going to, you got to start talking. You guys are relatively real young. You know, you got a lot of years where you can make some big money. But the salespeople are the highest paid people in the world of making money. And it's the easiest ever. I mean, that's the truth. And it's something that not everybody wants to do. You can find something that nobody else wants to do, and you can become the best at it, you're gonna be rich. And that's a fact. So you got, so anyway, you got now, like I said before, the domain flipping is very easy. You can make a lot of money like that. It's a passive system. You can buy basic, and you can buy somebody else's domain that they lost. It's a good way to make money. The offline crowd is a good way to make money, but it requires work that you may not want to do, or it's up to you. Selling the websites and domains is probably a good way to do what you're doing, Dan. Negotiating for people, I love that. That's freaking easy. All you got to find somebody is weak. I told you who to go after. You just say, hey, do you mind if I take that on? And then say, what do you want per job? And say, can I have anything excess that I get? You might get more money than him. And sometimes it is possible. And that's maybe about 20, 30 minutes of work. And you're not getting leads on your own. You're using his leads. And they're going to thank you for that too. And you can work for multiple companies doing that. I mean, product creation, it's okay. But if I was starting off, I would be going after the domains. And I'm being honest. I think you can make a lot of money. And then just like Dave, he says, you know what? He knows his stuff about domains. Hit him up. You know, start talking between yourselves. That's where you're gonna make a lot of money. So anyway, Griff actually gave a piece of software away for free. I'm not sure if Dave that you got it. It's inside the chat. I forgot what it does or anything. I'm just totally worn out from today. My day was totally full. Anybody have any questions or anything? And any questions, seriously, any questions. I mean, I don't care what it is. I mean, if you have a problem, trust me, I'm here to help you fix it. I've been where you were. I was where you were. I was at one time making $0 on the internet. I've sold stuff on Flippa. I've sold websites on Flippa for close to 10 grand. Here's a way to you can make a lot of money on Flippa. If you can, okay, on product creation, get a product created, get some members in there. You may not make any money, but the money's not made on the product. It's made on selling the members and the website in it. Does that make sense? I mean, that's really it. Let me see what Dia wants. What's up, Dia?
Did you take the login out yet?
Yes, I did. Let me call you back. I'm on a webinar. Bye.
I don't know. Molly booked because I got to pick up things for the vet.
No.
You didn't book yet?
Nope.
Oh,
Bye. That's the wife. But making money is not on the internet. It's really the head that stops you. And that's really, be honest. People from India are making money. There's people from Pakistan making money. I mean, it's just that these guys need the money more than you because they're not making no money. And that's really it. Selling domains. If you want to know how to contact them and make first contact, let me know. I'll show you how to make first contact. You don't want to say, hey, I got your domain. Nobody going to pay me. You want to be cool about it. You got to say, hey, I just picked up this domain. I thought I could use it, but I just realized that it is for your business. I said, maybe we can talk about something that's a win-win situation. If you're interested in maybe picking it up. But don't bully him. Don't, trust me, it can come back and bite you real hard. But picking up other people's domains that they lost for their entire business is a big deal, because it's not only that, but the domain was part of their ego. I mean, if you had XYZ Roofing Company and you lost your XYZRoofingCompany.com, you may not want to pay $4.97, but you know what? If you can throw something in, that's what I had to do before, is I threw something in. Actually, I said, let me throw about 100 backlinks to it, or let me attach some videos to it. It kind of takes the a little bit off the bruise, you know what I'm saying, or rank it a little bit for them. So anyway,
how are companies losing their domains in the first place, or just not renewing them?
I'll tell you how they're what's happening. When they purchase them, they don't see inside their email about the renewal of the domain. They bought it for a year. And the year goes by real fast. You'll find a lot of, I'm serious, you'll find ones from Colorado, New York. You'll find a bunch of different companies. You just got to find out which one you want to go after. You just want to go after the more ethical ones, like the contractors, maybe automotive, like businesses possibly. I did better with service industries such as contractors, roofers, and stuff like that, plumbers, because they make a lot of money and they're almost disposable income there. It's a business that could generate, let me see, $3,000 easily in passive income a month. More if you really want to go nuts on it, like I do. And then sometimes you're gonna make a big score. This big score will be 5 figures, $14,000, $15,000. But make sure he's not attached to an attorney. That can give you a nightmare. Like I said before, Thomas just came on, but it cost me 30 grand to get out of that. So don't be a pig. Take your small cut, whatever, and get out. Go on to the next one. Go on to the next one. Here's the thing, and you're gonna find this is my whole routine. You just want to get on first base. You don't have to hit a home run every time. Just get on first base. Second, get a first base, get a double once in a while. That's fine. Get a triple once in a while. Once in a while, you may get a home run. But just try to get on first base. The more times you get on first base, the more, the better you're going to do. You're going to make money in this business. And the transaction is real easy to, for them to send you money. You just send it right back to them. That's it. My brother's doing it right now. He's making real good money. And he's enjoying it. He's like, wow, I made $400 doing this. It took me a total of maybe an hour's worth of work. So anything. Hey, Thomas, what's up?
You look like crap.
Can you hear us, Thomas? I know you can hear us, but we can't hear you.
I couldn't resist.
No worries. I think Thomas looks great. Thomas looks like a movie star.
He looks as good as me. Yeah, you look like crap.
Yeah, Thomas has been having problems with his audio. He's been doing some live Facebook feeds and missing audio half the time.
Oh, really? Thomas, here's the thing. Sometimes you got to restart your computer. I've done that before. And here's another thing is that test your audio on Skype. And then make sure you're unmuted on your total volume in the right-hand bottom corner. I've done that before. Here's another thing. Make sure that you can test your audio or find out what's going on in your speakers or whatever. Check YouTube. But don't. Here's the thing. Don't stress out. Don't go crazy. There is a solution to the problem. You will figure it out. I promise you that.
I don't know. I don't know what version of Windows you're using, but I can tell you that Windows 10 is an absolute bloody nightmare. It screws up my audio more times than not. It changes settings all by itself, and I don't know why.
I get that all the time.
I have to double check my stuff every stinking time I go to use it. I never had those issues in 7 Pro. But in 10, because I've got this new monster here, it's and I've got 10 Professional. It's quirky, and I'm not going to say a whole lot more because I don't want it to blow up in the next 10 minutes.
Anyway, here's the thing. Like I said before, for your next webinar, this is going to help you guys out quite a bit. Kind of figure out a goal. Don't say 100,000 hours a month. Try to say something that will actually that you want. It could be 5,000, 6,000 hours a month, and then try to write it all down. Try to make up your mind one thing where that you want to basically be the king at, where you want to know better than anybody else. Offline marketing, if you donating, flipping, but figure that out yourself. And then the last thing is tell me what is stopping you from succeeding. Is it your mindset? Is it basically lack of knowledge? But whatever is stopping you, or it can be a combination. Because what we're going to do is that we're going to go through each person. It's going to be quick, no calling out. We don't do that. Everybody's going to be friendly and friends at the end or anything. But we're going to find out what's stopping you. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to figure out how to fix it real quick. And most of it, they're probably less, believe it or not, it's going to be a 3-minute fix.
You want to see the inside of my computer?
Let's see the inside of your computer. Are you going to take it apart?
Oh, it's right there. That's the inside of my computer.
Wow.
Those are 2 video cards, not one. Those are 2 GTX 1080 Ti's. And there's 20 megabytes of memory in each one of them, and they're attached with a SLI bridge. That's my water cooler. That's a Kraken water cooler. 64 gigabytes of RAM in the box. It is an awesome, awesome computer. There is nothing faster made, and I had it built for me. And this is a window on the side, so I can watch it. And it has a heartbeat. You can watch it pulse. So it reminds me to stay alive. You can watch it pulse back and forth.
It reminds Griff to keep kicking.
Yeah. And it's got an error detection thing down here. You can't see it because it's bright red. But that thing counts up and down. It lets me know the status of the board. My temperatures, everything inside of it is monitored. And if you guys didn't see the other stuff, this is the new router. This is a 10 gigabit router. and that's the switch, and you can see the switch. It's all Ethernet stuff. But this is what I've got. This is what I use. You know, main monitor, second monitor, third monitor. This is my cockpit, and when things don't work, I get pissed. So,
Thomas's wife wants to start the car.
huh?
Thomas's wife wants to start the car, so gotta keep her on key.
That's all right. I wanted to. Some of these guys don't know what I have to go through sometimes to make shit work. But
well, I know that's why I kind of stay away from Griff during those moments. And then what he does is because I'm giving him so much. See, I know when Griff's going, he's going to explode. I know because I know him so well. We could literally be blood brothers or anything. But I know when his head's going to combust. So I kind of let him have a lot of slack, like on a fishing line. And then what he does is, and I said, just let me know when you're around. And then what Griff will do, because I let him have all the slack, and I haven't talked to him for a while, he'll hit me up. He says, "Are you still alive?" You know, it's like,
I don't like silence. I can't live with silence.
But I know I got to let him have breathing room, because when he has that stress, and none of us can live with the stress that he has. He has a lot of stress. But I know to let him have some that downtime, because he has to figure stuff out that the normal person won't be able to figure out. Because everything, like when the whole world's falling apart, you have to let him have some space.
Yeah, it's that's why I get a little cranky in the Facebook group sometimes. I mean, there's one or two guys in there that just grind my last nerve.
That's why if Griff doesn't get back to you, he just basically has a lot on his plate. But trust me, I always usually copy and paste your messages, and I send it to Griff, and Griff will usually write something to me, and I'll relay it to you.
Right back.
Well, it's just like Dan. I mean, I just addressed 2 or 3 things, and one of those things was something he emailed me about a week ago.
Yeah, but sometimes, like, Marcel might have a question, and sometimes he can. And Marcel, if you're listening, you know, and just saying this, you know, because I love you, but you can be a bug in somebody's ass. But the thing about it is that, but I still get his question, and I get it to Griff, and he'll get it, because the reason that I'm a good intervention between Griff and him, because Griff will say something maybe uncouth.
Well, the only one, I'll tell you, the only guy that I usually say anything a little uncouth to is, and it's only because he doesn't think about what he's saying, and he's in another country. And
he's a good guy, but he doesn't understand the etiquette.
Well, and that's Marcus. Marcus is a nice guy. He just for
Marcel, no, is it Marcel?
No, it's Marcus. Marcus.
Oh, okay. I get them all mixed up.
Marcel's fine. Oh, and that's the other thing too, Dan. You said something about when I post something in the group, you're not seeing it.
Well, I get a message that says this has been removed, and I haven't even seen it yet. I just get a message saying it's been removed, and I don't know what's going on with that.
Is it something that I'm posting to the group?
It looks like you're posting something to the group, but then I don't see it. I just get this text message saying this poster has removed his post. It's like, what?
Oh, that's weird, because I don't usually remove anything. Usually that's being shared from my profile timeline. That's usually where I do that stuff from.
Well, and I don't know if anybody else is seeing that. Maybe it's my setup or something.
If we're not friends, you won't see it. That's why. So send me a friend request, and then that way you'll see my stuff.
Oh, okay.
That's one of Facebook's quirky things.
Okay, yeah, Dave said he sees the same thing, so I guess maybe we just got to be friends of yours.
Yeah, Marcel is a friend. He sees my stuff all the time because he's always commenting on it.
Yeah.
So if you guys aren't friends, that's why.
All right.
Yeah. Just and then if Griff doesn't friend you back, whatever, he's not on Facebook all the time. So what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna hit him up on Skype, because he's not on Facebook all the time. He's usually on Skype.
I'm usually on, my profile's usually open because that's how Sandy and I communicate during the day. But I'm not in the other groups. I mean, I get so many friggin' notifications of crap all day long. I just turn them off. I don't.
Is Sandy allowed in your office, Griff?
Huh?
Is Sandy allowed in your office?
Sandy's not allowed in my office.
I want you guys to hear that. He's so cool. He has the man cave.
She's allowed in my office by Skype only. That's the God's honest truth. She has not stepped 2 steps in this office in 8 years.
You guys wouldn't have to believe me if I told you that, right?
God's honest truth. She's too prim and proper.'s a legal secretary. She's very prim and proper. I'm not. And that tells a story in itself. So
I know. And Griff and I are similar because I'm the same with a D. D is like very prim proper. They call her the I forgot what she called, Miss Goody Two Shoes, because she works hard and she does the job. She does what she's supposed to do and everything. And it doesn't shock her anymore, but what comes out of my mouth, But she kind of like grins, and then she tells her mom what, you know what James said, and everything.
She was married for 30 years. She raised 8 kids. 2 of them are attorneys, and they're both district attorneys here in Minnesota. And my attorney is actually her boss, and my backup attorney is her best friend's boss, and they're in the same building. So I'm surrounded by the bloody nitpickers of the world. But if she were to come in here, she would just explode. So it's just easier to keep her out.
But like I said before, we're here to help you guys make money. That's okay. There's some good times or happy, fun times, maybe some jokes. But next time you come on, just let me know. Like I said before, the 3 things mainly. What do you want to focus on? One thing. We're not talking about 2 things. One thing. Okay, I don't care what it is. Okay, how much money are you looking to do with that, so we can know how big of a business to make it. The 3rd thing is, why is it not working for you? And you'll figure it out. You might say, I don't know why it's working out. Trust me, you know. It might be inaction, might be a lack of knowledge, but it's something like that. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to take one person at a time, and we can probably spend maybe 5 or 7 minutes with you real quick, because I'll figure it out. I'll know exactly what's going on, so we'll grip, and we'll fix that problem, and we'll give you some action steps what to do. So, any questions before I cut this off or anything, you guys? Here's the thing, guys, and I know you're going to appreciate this. What we're doing is, the bullshit is fine, but here's the thing. Your time is worth money. I'd rather see you basically working on the internet, not taking your time. Because everything I'm saying 10 different ways. I'm going to try to cut these down to 30 minutes, give you basically meat and potatoes. I'm going to make bullet points, what I'm going to go through. Maybe everything I'm going to say is probably in 20 minutes. Last 10 minutes, I'm going to take questions. If there's no questions, we move on, and then you're going to have action steps right afterwards. If that makes sense. And I think you're going to appreciate that anyway. So, any questions before we say bye to Diaz and Asalega and anything? Even Thomas, you can talk to me too. I'm back. Any questions, Thomas?
Yeah, because I'm gonna be out of here in a second myself.
Yes, I see a middle finger that Thomas has given us. Thomas is writing something, okay? He's giving us hand signals.
Yeah, his mic is probably still dead.
That's okay. He writes. He types with 2 fingers.
I don't. That's another thing that drives Sandy absolutely insane, because I've got a mechanical keyboard, so you hear every keystroke when she's on the phone. I can do about 30 words a minute with my right hand.
Wow.
So I can type very well.
Is the program tonight?
Is there a program? Is there a webinar? Yes.
Well, it's going to be basically a replay of the last one, I think, because the other one. The reason was because the other one didn't get. Was a little bit different. Here's the thing: is that I want you guys to help on the Wednesdays. to plan out. This is going to help you guys out big time, and there's a reason for it. I talked to Rick about this. On next Wednesday, I want you guys to help plan out the next webinar. Oh, no worries. Trust me, I don't hear anything I don't want to hear. That's to be honest. My wife will tell you I have a talent for that, right? So anyway, I want you guys to help us around 2:30, 3:30. We're going to talk about a plan for the webinar. What are we going to talk about? What we're going to teach? That's going to be huge for you guys because sooner or later, you're going to be holding your own webinars. If you want to actually promote something, the best place to promote it is where? On a GoToWebinar. That's going to put money in your pocket. If you're, I mean, is conversions much higher on that, Griff?
Yeah, infinitely.
There you go. There you go. We're going to teach you how to do your own webinars. That's valuable right there. And we're going to teach you how we're planning for it. You're going to be part of the whole process. And then I suggest for you guys to be on the webinar of next week, where that you will actually be able to talk and ask questions, and you're going to learn a lot. Let me tell you, I used to work with Jay Boyer. Jay Boyer does about $3 million a year. So anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Plan out what you want to actually achieve for next week. And we say I am going to help start with the FB ads, other things with Facebook or anything. Definitely, just start putting your own Facebook ads. You don't start. You only learn by one way is doing. FB ads is a way to make some serious cash. I'm just telling you. 1 out of 20 or 1 out of 50 is going to do Facebook ads after they're taught, and that's to be honest. I mean, you know, inside that group, Thomas, and you agree. Out of maybe 600 people, there might be 5 people doing Facebook ads. Am I right?
Yeah.
And Thomas will say yes. And there are a lot of them are paying $250, $300 a month. That's the real deal. Oh yeah, only 5. There you go. Out of 600-700 people, only 5 people are doing Facebook ads. The rest of them, and I don't want you guys being like that here, is that I don't want you guys listening, having fun, being entertained, but not making money. That's why I'm really trying hard to get you guys going. $397 a month is lost to be inside that Facebook ad thing that's out there. So you know what, you guys, you guys know how to do it. What they're teaching there is not brain surgery.
Yes. Okay.
I can hear you, Thomas. Wow. Your audio is working.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not working now. It's on. It's on. It's not on. It's on. It's on. It's not on. Remember that movie Anxiety with Mel Brooks? I know that Thomas remembers that movie. He's closer to our age. Anxiety. High Anxiety. Mel Brooks. Do you remember that? You guys, if you want to watch the #1 movie of all time, it was probably 40 years old. High Anxiety with Mel Brooks.
You know what I think his issue is really? I think it's his internet connection.
I think so too. It might want to check where your internet connection is or anything. But anyway, you guys can private message me messages or anything you want, or if you have questions, private questions, I'm there for you. Like I said before, try to figure out where your hangups are or where your
There is. Perfect.
Dan, there's a storm coming your way. It's coming towards us. It'll be headed this way here in a little bit.
All right.
I'll just keep you posted.
All right, Thomas, try to do a Facebook ad for us. Okay, do a Facebook ad. Show us what you did, what your problems are. I mean, maybe I can pinpoint something and make it more effective. I'm good with Facebook ads. Very good. Maybe better than the person that teaches it in that group. Damn right I am. Do I have an ego? If you guys want to be successful, have an ego. Very important in this business because it keeps your confidence up high. So anyway, great talking to you guys. But remember what I said. Tell me what you want me to get you guys to actually push for. One goal. Don't tell me 2, 3 things. One thing, and then tell me where the problem is. Is the problem where you don't have enough knowledge? Or you're not taking enough action? Tell us that. And how much do you want to make a month? And then after that, I'm going to tell you, put that on top of your mirror. Every time you shave, I want you to write that goal and where you're going to make the money on. And I promise you it does work. And I'll tell you a clear example of how it worked when I started doing this at 16 years old and what I achieved with. Your mind will be blown. I promise you that. So anyway, talk to you later, guys, and you have a great 4th of July if you're celebrating it. And if not, celebrate it anyway. It's going to be a lot of fun anyway. So, all right, talk to you later. Have fun, you guys. Love you guys. You know that.
All right, bye, guys.
Later.
Bye.